Ollie Wells, the founder of I Love Nature, an open-source nonprofit organization dedicated to sharing effective practices for sustainable living.
All of my clients, we always have our non-disclosures, so I can't tell you actually about my clients, but they vary by industry. Right now, it's in the industry of, banking, so that's obviously what's making me still able to work and do jobs that are essential because, their systems are up now more than ever being taxed, actually, and all the remote users that need to be connected to remote work from home. So it's a time for them, a challenge, new responsibilities. I mean, the same responsibilities, but in a whole new capacity that they weren't expecting. I mean, you have disaster recovery plans. And actually for the company, the client that I'm working for, that's, again, kudos to them that theirs were in place. They had enough, VPN licenses, et cetera, that we're still moving. As you just mentioned, we're operating and functioning. And I know for some people that maybe didn't have their plans and business continuities in place or didn't test them or, are having trouble executing, there can be lots of reasons why things are, going on. But it just goes to show the more you can plan ahead, then you can react with success. You've heard me say before when we've spoken that, chance favors the prepared mind. And that's why, again, I go to the reaction and just thinking ahead. So, of course, everything that's happening is, lots of things are tragic, and that is very clear. But definitely looking at it as a reset and just how we can choose to react and just where we go from here, I think, as you mentioned, is all the great topic of discussion.
Define again the incredible work you do with I Love Nature, to refresh the memory of the faithful, loyal followers, but also introduce it to many new listeners who have been joining us since you and I chatted last.
Sure. Well, first of all, my I Love Nature is the nonprofit I created, I believe, I think I incorporated it back in 2014. And it really comes from, like I did, I was doing some self-help, and I took 2 sabbaticals. I was lucky enough to do so within my career. So back in 2006-07, I took my first sabbatical, and then another in 2013-14. So it was after that second one, having, time off and then this time for personal growth and inner reflection, that I thought, wow, I have really just personally gained all this knowledge and insight. And it helps me immensely. I feel great with all these newfound, practices and tools, but what good does that do me if everyone I deal with is not be able to deal with me on the same basis, right? It's more frustrating. So I love the idea of, high tide rises all boats. So it was really where I took that opportunity. I call it open source. So I like to just have this platform where I recommend and, provide affiliate links. I love to recommend and share other people's practices, and then you can go forth and learn from them. I like people to share and leverage, collaborate on your knowledge versus taking it and hiding it away and trying to be the smartest person in the room. I would rather open the pool of opportunity and brainstorm together, and I think you come up with much more in-depth and robust solutions. And I think now more than ever, that's the solution that we need to come together globally. And I think we are. That's the focus of my intention. And that's what I Love Nature is. It's really keep it simple and strategic, showing my age back in was this in the 80s that they had all these keep it simple books. They started those whole series of dumb, how to do this dumber series, which I love. Keep it simple, all of those books. So this was my
Everything
theory
for dummies,
I Love Nature. Yes, those I love those. They're such, to me, they're lighthearted. It's a good way for any topic you like to learn them, to get you excited. And so that was my whole theory behind I Love Nature. So I really come back with, I guess it comes down to 7, basic actions that I recommend you can take, any of them at any time. They're absolutely voluntary. It's on a personal, purely voluntary check-in basis. I'm not asking you don't give me any money. And it's just I was meditating on the word respect.